Welcome back to my Final Fantasy XIV drama series. Today's drama story is about the bad raid leader. If you enjoy these kinds of videos, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Okay, so I guess this starts off where me and my now ex-friend, let's call him John, ran into problems with a previous FC being toxic and talking shit behind people's backs about how good they are at the game and were overall controlling. But that is a whole other story, so I digress. Me and John left that FC after I found out they were talking shit about me and how bad I was, along with other members. We started off by making our own FC shortly after departing, as we had known each other for several years before I started playing in 5.3. We started recruiting people and gained around 12 members, and all was going well until John disappears for a couple of weeks without saying anything at all. In the end, I got sick of trying to run everything, recruiting and hosting events on my own. I decided to just leave the FC I built up, and John came back to the game as I left. This is where the drama starts, as John recruited a few new people into the FC, and some people from our previous FC were now in it as well. Two of the new members, let's call them Alyssa and Sarah, were close friends with each other and paid for the FC to have a house and actually grinded out the housing savage. Bless them. This is where the problem started to arise, as John started to flirt with Sarah. John is married IRL, but that didn't stop him. None of the FC members or I knew about John and Sarah flirting during this time though. John and Sarah's relationship seemed to blossom as they were generally getting closer until it came to light that John was flirting with Sarah and his wife, who was also a member of the FC, found out along with the rest of us FC members. We were all so shocked since we all never knew a thing. Sarah left the FC along with some other members after some arguing, but her friend Alyssa stayed for a while longer, so the FC didn't completely fall apart since Alyssa became the co-leader when I left. Fast forward a few months, Endwalker released along with the new Savage tier, P1S up to P4S. The FC decided to open a new static to clear the new tier. Because of this experience, I learned that most of the time you shouldn't mix FCs and statics together. John posted on the FC Discord asking people to apply for the tier and what spot they would like to fill. John switched from Dark Knight to Dancer, a class he wasn't very good at, but enjoyed it more, so that's fine. A lot of people applied to the static, myself included, despite not being a member of the FC anymore. This is because even though I wasn't part of their FC, I still hung out with them every day. They were all my friends. John benched me along with other experienced raiders and put us on a sub list so that if people couldn't make it, we were the fill-ins for them. Problems arose immediately, as John was obviously not a good raid leader and they were struggling hard to clear P1S, but they did eventually make it to Enrage with 10% HP left and were stuck for 3 weeks unable to clear. Wow, 3 weeks? So they made it to like P1S and Rage with 10 HP, and after 3 weeks they still couldn't clear it? That's wild. The people on the sub list, on the other hand, grouped up and cleared instantly after a couple of hours of prog. This made John really mad because the subs were clearing when his main static couldn't. A couple of weeks go by, and at the end of their raid week, they still hadn't cleared P1S. Since they didn't have any more raids scheduled that week, me and two others from the subgroup grabbed some of the members from the main static group and began ironing out some of the issues on why they couldn't clear. For starters, I went and crafted everyone a new set of gear and penta-melded it all for free, as a lot of the members' gear had not been melded at all. We then went and worked with everyone who was willing and individually corrected all the mistakes in their rotations. So their DPS got a massive improvement, as well as giving general tips to their specific class. I gave them all tinctures and food, and then we took 5 of them into P1S and worked out on the issues and do the fight correctly. After 1 hour and 45 minutes, we cleared. We gave all the loot to their static members as we used our alts to clear. Later on that night, John messaged all 5 of the people we helped out and started raging at them because they had cleared without him. John was clearly still upset since he didn't get the clear. He was also mad that I interfered with his static and how they shouldn't have gotten that clear without him. More problems arose out of that as John had secretly began to talk about the members that cleared behind their backs in an attempt to make people agree with him, or else he would kick them out from the static and FC, which made the environment extremely toxic. Alyssa left the FC at that point, and Sarah messaged us asking to see if we could get the gil they had donated to the FC to upgrade the house from a small to a medium back. And we tried to do that for them, but John refused to return the money, saying that it should be used for its intended purpose. And this caused everyone to argue within the FC once again. In the end, we made John return the money because it was right for Sarah to get her money back. And John wasn't happy, and the environment got even more toxic. Come around next raid week upon reset, and they still couldn't clear since there were 3 members that we didn't get to help out the previous week. And they were still messing up a lot in the static. At this point, John started to kick people out of the FC if they weren't in the Discord, and also kicked people out of a joint link shell we shared. He also kicked Alyssa and Sarah, which created more drama. Okay, John is going crazy now, just kicking everyone. We then found out John was cheating on his wife with another FC member once again, and this was the breaking point. We were done with him completely. 7 years of him being my friend just gone. He became a controlling, toxic backstabber. Everyone, and I mean everyone, left the FC and we started our own FC with myself as the leader. But with everyone having the same level of control to avoid any future drama. We started our own FC static and everyone cleared the tier, drama-free, and caused no issues at all. As for John, he joined another FC, but quit the game shortly after and hasn't logged in since. It was a sad ending to a once friend, but sometimes that's how it goes. The end. So it seems like their first FC static was just a mess, but then they made another FC and then they had another FC static and that went well. So statics in FCs can work. It's just like most people avoid it just in case of drama. Because, you know, you never want to fight with people in your FC. You rather fight with randoms if there's gonna be drama. You rather it be randoms rather than your FC. Oh, you guys are so cute. You clapped. They should do that every time the story's finished. You just clap. Dude, but that's wild that they took forever to clear P1S. I mean, it happens, you know, like maybe that could have been like a bunch of people's first P1S, and maybe John wasn't the greatest leader. Maybe he was getting mad and toxic. We don't know. Like the OP who is telling the story isn't part of the main static. So they don't truly know what was really going on. They saw that it was players not having pentamelded things, maybe not having the tinctures, the food. That all helps. Especially, yeah, when you're progging, you always have to eat. Make sure you got food and you're wearing the right gear. Let's see what you guys said. Cheating Jesus. Probably better off without him, honestly. Just stop cheating. Cut the toxic out before it starts really going. Just have to find the right peeps to raid with. In FC or outside. That's true. Let me know in the comments below what you thought about this Final Fantasy XIV drama story. If you have any of your own drama stories that you'd like me to share and read out anonymously, feel free to reach out to my Discord, discord.gg/Pathra. And a big thank you to my kind members who support my YouTube content.